All right, so Quest for Glory 5 Dragonfire Part 3, 7 hours-ish into it. We are roughly, let's say 60% of the way through the game, if I had to put a number on it. A bit past the halfway point, and made quite a bit of progress last time. And here's what happened previously on Quest for Glory 5 Dragonfire. Previously. Okay, so there's our sigil of Naxos and an armband. Alright, let's get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, as you close the chest, you can barely hear everybody else leaving the vicinity. So, that is actually all you need to do.
He is the winner of the right of freedom. Okino Pukamiso was found murdered.
Oh shit! Garrett seems to be unconscious, the throwing daggers embedded in his stomach. Okay. Pocket knife. He ruthlessly picked the pocket of your dying companion. He managed to extract some drachmas from his purse. Tisk tisk, looting the body before he's even dead. That's cold, man. Ugarta's dead and there's nothing more you can do for him. Taken by a loud knock at the door.
I have orders for your arrest for suspicion of murder.
Yes. Give the general the fucking business with all these spears. Got him. Hey.
Behold the winner of the right of conquest. Magnum Opus was found dead outside the city.
Get down!
You are under arrest for suspicion of murder.
Burn it now.
Okay.
You shall go to the island of Delos. Seek out the Sibyl there.
Okay. So I had to reboot my computer. And let me get the sound turned on for you guys. So waiting for the Windows sound to finish. So I launched the game while it was playing the previously. And it immediately crashed. And if it crashes once, it crashes Windows kind of. So let's try again and see if it boots. Okay. This is slightly more promising because I don't have a cursor this time. So we should get the main menu screen here in a few seconds if this works. Welcome to gaming on original hardware. Oh god. Because it's like it's attempting to load the splash screens, I think, but they don't work. So this should come up here in shortly. Assuming it didn't crash again. There we go. Hey. Classic gaming, boys. Okay. Alright, and then that's my last save. Alright. Let's start the timer. See, sometimes that's literally all you could do. Is just reboot your system and try again. Classic gaming. Okay. So, I have figured out the thing that I was missing before, and it's actually here in the magic shop. So I'm trying to put together a balloon to fly over to the island that we're trying to get to. And what you're supposed to do is tell this guy about our sweet balloon.
Thank you, but I have virtually everything I need in my shop.
Okay, maybe you're supposed to dialogue with them about...
Welcome to this place of mourning. I grieve deeply for my father. I have sent his body back to Tarna, where he is mourned by the nation. I mourn here for the paladin who was my father. He was always a hero. May the ideals Rakish taught be with us forever.
Sure.
Rakish was always the best of fathers. I was always so proud that I had a paladin for a father. He never minded that I was not a fighter like he and my sister. Rakish encouraged me to take up the magical arts, even when my uncle the king was incensed that I learned a female skill. Go where your heart leads you, Rakish would tell me. Thus, I became a wizard and moved here. Rakish was more than a father. He was a dear friend. Please keep Rakish's memory alive through your actions wherever you go.
Okay. So I think the reason why it's not giving me the dialogue I need to progress the plot is because he wanted to talk about his dead father first. Alright. Maybe now he'll talk about something else. There we go. Okay. None of these things are the other thing, though.
Erasmus and Fenris are friends of mine. Although Erasmus may seem a little strange, he is kind. Many a night have I spent at his house, playing magical games, talking, and drinking tea. We have had good times together. This drugging greatly disturbs me. It makes me wonder what next disaster will strike Silmaria. The drug does not appear to be magical in nature. The healer Julinar says that
Wait, what?
it's similar to sleeping sickness. She does not yet know how to cure it, but she is doing everything she can think of to awaken Erasmus.
This is news to me. Erasmus got poisoned?
I just cannot understand why anyone would want to harm Erasmus. He is a friendly, amusing person as well as a powerful archmage. He seldom interferes in Silmaria. The only thing he did recently was to summon you here. Fenris is enough of a magic user to keep all Erasmus enchantments running while Erasmus sleeps. Otherwise, it could be disastrous. Fenris is very upset at the situation, but he seems to be handling things. Forgive my manners today. I am distracted by what has happened to Erasmus. You are very welcome here. I will let you know if there is more news about Erasmus. Farewell, and good luck.
Okay. Won't be... Okay, well, I don't need this. So, buy this off me. I have no use for magic.
I thank you for doing business with me.
Okay. Alright. If we leave and come back again... Actually, maybe it's not this guy. That...
There is little that I sell here that is of use to those who do not use magic. However, the mystic magnets and magical dagger may be of interest to you. If I can assist you magically, please let me know. Farewell, and may your luck be good. Thank you, but I have virtually everything I need in my shop.
I know, it's just constant disasters here in Silmaria. And most of them I could have done something about, but I'm a thief, and we ain't got time for that.
What is this? It is unlike anything I have ever seen in this world.
Explains picture of a balloon, you're trying to build one. Okay, it's this guy, actually.
How very remarkable. But what has this to do with me?
You explained you need to buy a heat source, and you like to buy a brazier. Because, of course, this guy has the
My
thing.
brazier? It is something that I need if I am to sell my freshly prepared wares. However, I do have an extra brazier I could sell you.
Okay, for how much? 100? Bro. So this thing is how we're supposed to inflate a balloon, huh?
But I must feed my... But a merchant, alas. This is so low a This is so low a price that I am... That is very good.
Very good. We've made a deal. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't me. It actually wasn't me this time. Okay. So now that we have the brazier, or however they call it in this game, I thought it was just called a brazier. Now we can complete our balloon and fly on out of here. Of course, that involves doing this stupid puzzle every single time. I think this is the last time we have to do this, though, or one of the last times. There's also apparently, rather than throwing spears, you can actually okay, never mind. Apparently there's rocks you can pick up and throw rather than throwing spears. But whatever. I have enough throwing spears to make this work. Okay, there's one over there. Sure. Are you kidding me? Okay, sure. That one was nowhere near close to the lever, but sure. Okay. Alright, so this game actually has tank controls. I can do this. But using the mouse works kind of just as well. There's only very specific parts where you need to tank control it up. Okay, so now that we got the brazier, we'll put that onto there. Carefully place the brazier under the opening of the sewn sheet, but the cold brazier does nothing. Even though it was clearly lit. Alright, balloon inflates in the hot air of the brazier, wing gondola begins to rise. Quickly seat yourself and start pulling the oars to flap the wings. Sure. Okay. And then we're going to Delos, which is... That's Zante, Lefkas, Limnos. Alright, it's not that way. Island has its own little inlet. Probably not that. Alright. Can I sleep here? Sure. And then, now that I have my airship, I can't Mystic Magnet back. I actually have to fly back. Otherwise, we'll just leave our sweet airship. Okay. So that's where the Oracle is. And then this is the Dryads. Shit, did I bring the thing? I didn't bring the fucking... God damn it. Alright. Soft lock if you teleport away. I think you do. I think you do. so I'm not going to risk it. All right, so here's the Oracle in Lemnos. Or sorry, the Sybil. Okay. Pick the beautiful black lotus flower. Its odor entrances you with its honeyed sweetness. Purple nectar glistens in the light like amethyst. You gently brush aside the dead bug that tracks in the black lotus bloom's allure. Okay. Inscription carved into the monolith. Let's go read it. Read the message. Pain unto Hades. All waters that flow into the earth flow to Hades. Alas, all life soon flows there too. Where those waters flow, gate will open. Alas, too soon it opens for you. When death is near, then pour the waters. Alas, they flow to Hades' shore. When darkness awaits at the river's end, alas, this lament shall open the door. Okay. Sure. Realistic statue carved in the marble. Platform has this robe statue. Seen between the blocks. Okay. The water tastes strangely bitter. Uh-oh. Okay. Sure. That pool is a lot deeper than it looks, I guess. Okay, so we read that. Oh, man. Hey, Lucifer. Apparently that pool just kills you if you get anywhere near it. I should probably put some of this water into there. The water is clear and sparkling, so it's not letting me fill up my pot with it, so I guess we don't need it for anything. Alright, let's put one drachma into there. Drop a drachma into the depths of the fountain, sink slowly to the bottom, which looks so near.
Greetings, thief, disarmer of traps, and expert at stealth. I am the Sybil who sees what is to come. Hear now the future that fate brings you. Your way is darkened with blood and death. The first death you soon face is death itself. Embrace it or not, death shall drag you to its depths. Go willingly, and you will gain. The next death you face is one whose fate crosses yours. That which he cannot own he would destroy. He will seek victory, even in his defeat. 7 deaths, and the dragon grows restless in dreamless sleep. 4 posts that pinned it to darkness have been broken in blood. 3 more shall be shattered with death. The last death shall awaken the dragon fully. New awakened, the dragon is weak. Each feel of fear and pain feeds it. Fix first the pillar, or it shall fly free. Death brought the dragon to life. Only death shall defeat it. One must give up life willingly before the dragon can die. Without sacrifice, the dragon is deathless. Your way is marked with death. Face it gladly, and your way is marked with glory. That is the fate that awaits you.
Okay. All right. So we got our fortune told. It is death, 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 death. Got it. Thanks, Sybil. Pick up the disc and add it to your backpack. So that's our proof of destiny. Sign of destiny seems to be a ceramic plate painted with the lyre, the favorite instrument of Apollo, the god of prophecy. Okay. Sure. Okay, so I don't have the thing to... Oh, God. to do the dryad stuff. Alright. So I gotta remember, don't use the magic magnets when you have the airship. It's just gonna end in tears. Okay. We'll be back in time for whatever garbage dinner you're serving over at the inn. I like the soundtrack to this game, even though it's not Roland MIDI. I like what they did with this. Okay. I'm also apparently out of rations as well, so I gotta get some more of those when I'm out and about. Oh, hey. The inn got painted. Where are you going? Maybe the food will be better now. I can only hope.
Today's special is something I think you'll really love. Well, maybe not love
this is the
exactly.
same.
More like, well, you'll find it. Tessie was making baked potatoes.
Yep. Well, this is Wolfie, I think, and he's the one who painted the inn. Let's talk to Wolfie here. What up, Wolfie?
It is good to be seeing you again. Thank you very much for getting me this job. It is very colorful, is it not? Gnome Anne picked out all the colors, and I merely painted as she said. I am happy to have pleased her so.
Alright. Good talk, Wolfie. I think once you go and turn in the stuff at the Hall of Kings, you automatically go to... This is new. When you touch a sign, your finger becomes covered with paint. Great. Well, the shopkeeper is supposed to look like the rest of the gnomes in the series. And there's one in every single game except 3, I think. I don't remember there being a gnome in 3. Because in the first game it was the jester. Second game it was Keep On Laughing, the shopkeeper, the magic shop guy. 4 was the jester again. And then 5 it's the innkeeper. What am I looking for again? Oh, this thing.
We will notify Logos that you have completed the rite of destiny.
Turn to your room for needed rest. Okay, so automatically rests you.
The web of the future is woven, and few dare to face what the fates have sown. One man has looked upon his future. The Prince of Shapir knows now what lies before him, for better or for worse. Thus ends the rite of destiny.
Nobody died this time? Incredible. It's a new record.
I have said before that a ruler must be willing to face death for his kingdom. A king must be willing to go through hell if that is what it takes to make certain Silmaria is safe. You too must enter the depths of death. You must open the gates of the underworld. You must face the fearsome guardian of the dark reaches, Cerberus. You must journey downward to the very center of the abyss. Enter the realm of Hades. Find the river Styx, with which even gods swear oaths of binding. Return from this infernal land with the water of the Styx to swear your honor and valor. This is the right of courage.
Okay. Potential bit of the game. Okay. All right, let's see if Erasmus is still having a bad time. So we've learned secondhand that Erasmus got put under some sort of sleep spell. And he's the wizard guy. And that's why I couldn't use the teleporter before. All right. Kick it. Nope. Okay, so we still can't go over to his house. Okay. So I need to buy rations. Actually, maybe this has news of winner the right is the law. Third dragon pillar north of the village of Eos has been destroyed. City guards have been sent out to protect the remaining pillars. So the way that the pillars are broken is somebody gets murdered right next to the pillar and their blood spills on it and it breaks the pillar. So they're putting fresh meat over there next to the pillars, ensuring that all it takes is for one assassin with a bow to break that pillar. They could solve their problems here by not posting guards over at the remaining pillars, but those idiots. This is all their fault. Hey, Alyssa. Enter the gates of Hades, return with the water of Styx. Okay, wizard drugged. Okay, so here's where we learn about this. Oh, this is a different person drugged. I thought it was Erasmus drugged. Okay. So the magic shop is currently closed now. All right. The door is unmovable, totally unopenable. Closed due to illness. All right. Should have got your shot.
Welcome.
Okay. I don't know how much these weigh. And I think 30 should probably last for the rest of the game.
Charmed by the
So if I remember correctly, there is a puzzle coming up here that is based off of food. So I'm gonna buy the artichoke pizza.
May your mouth.
Okay. And then I'm going to need amphora. Amphorae. I have 3 of them right now, 3 empty ones. Oh, these I can sell. Now I think about it. And sell these to the apothecary. Hey, bro.
Julinar and I have dug up some more clues about that drug. It's about sleeping. Or maybe it's about not sleeping.
Sure. Okay, these... I know how much you're gonna sell these back to me for, Salim, so... I get my money's worth here.
I can't do that. I don't have much margin. I could really use that stuff, but that's just more than I can afford to pay. Whoa, you must think that Julinar and I are made of money.
Yeah.
Those are drastic drachmas you're asking. Maybe I can pay this much.
I've seen how much you tried to charge me for those Pegasus feathers.
Much as I love to haggle, there has to be an end sometime. This is just the best deal I can possibly offer.
Alright. So all 5. Okay.
It seems that one gains no benefit from sleep while under the influence of that drug. Perhaps they could benefit from a still deeper sleep. It is said that the waters of the river Lethe have miraculous properties. I do not know for certain that even that would be enough, I fear.
Okay. And that river is in the underworld, I think.
You know, that drug is really bad karma. It's like the people who ate it are sleeping, but not really asleep. I bet their dreams are no fun at all right now. So they aren't getting any rest and their bodies just keep getting tireder and tireder. This is not good, man.
That's been me the last, 2 weeks, trying to change my sleep schedule. Okay, and then I think I have 26 healing, 18 stamina. Can't really hold much more here. What is this for? Oh, that's my room key. Okay. Okay, let me get another amphora. I should have gone the other way, but oh well.
It was such a thrill to see your flying machine in the air. I ran from my stand all over town to keep it in sight. I have told everyone that it was you who made such a wondrous thing. This is all very good.
Yes, very good. Dang, those weigh a lot too. Okay, I think
Thank you,
two more.
you.
Might do that. Yep, they're trying to finish the job. Okay. Don't actually know if taking the airship is faster than walking, but at least there's no encounters. Not like it's hard to get away from encounters or anything. Alright. This is a dragon pillar apparently, but this is also literally hell. Alright. Corpse of a Cimmerian guard lies moldering in the once lovely stream. This man is killed so violently that his blood spattered on the dragon pillar before it had been broken. There are many questions raised here and few answers. Sure. Does he have any gold on him? Anything of value has been removed already. Great. Body cannot have been here very long. Already so decayed that the water caused it to fall apart. Stream is flowing their remains into the pit of the earth. So that way. And then that's the dragon pillar. Impossible to scale. Trees roots forcing their way through the cracks in the granite. So we got this river here. Okay, so according to the Oracle, it was like death, 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 death. Something about rivers. All rivers lead to death. So maybe this? I have to drop this into the... There's some sort of gimmick to this area to get the thing to do the thing. And I forgot exactly what it was. Yeah, clearly we want to jump in there. Nothing happens. Okay, fill the amphora with the fouled water. Don't accidentally drink it. Yeah, it's been so long since I've done this puzzle that this might as well be like a blind playthrough. Amphora. This water can be very refreshing when you're thirsty. The game just said don't drink this water, but we're gonna do it. You drink the water. Alright. We appear to be fine. Did that use up the amphora? No. Water it. Yeah, I haven't rested in a while, so it's always been that low. Drink. Oh, god damn it! Didn't want to drink it. I remember there being a thing where you had to incant some sort of spell. Like maybe you have to fill this up right next to the body. Fouled water. Okay, and then that's still the same. Water it. It's not this tree. And I made sure to read that tablet next to the Sybil. And I know that the entrance to hell is like right here. So it's not combining those. I can't click on myself to do the thing. Dang. Like, I kind of get the feeling I needed to have, okay, what if I pour water on the dead body here? No. Okay, I think I need to go back to the Sybil and look at that tablet again. Because I have a feeling I missed something or did something wrong. Okay. And it was to the northwest. And we have plenty of supplies this time. So I'm not gonna starve on the way over there. I remember a lot of the solutions to the puzzles in this game, but not the... Oh, fuck, I forgot the thing again. Maybe the dryads tell you about it, and I'm just screwing up here by not solving the dryad puzzle. Pain unto Hades. All waters that flow in the earth flow to Hades. Alas, all life soon flows there too. Where those waters flow, a gate will open. Too soon. Death is near, then pour the waters. Alas, they flow to Hades' shore. Where darkness... Oh god. Sing unto Hades a sorrow song, all life we pass. Shall open before you, this song shall be your last. Okay. This went a little too quick. Waters flow, gate will open, too soon flows for you. Darkness awaits at the river's end, this lament shall open the door. Sing unto Hades, a sad sorrow song. Gates of Hades shall open before you. Okay, and I can't fill up my amphora with this. Water's clear and sparkling. Okay. I pour the fouled water into this. You water it. Nothing happens. Pour with water. Okay. So I think it's just pouring the... Fuck. Original hardware gaming, boys. Oh, I might have to reboot my computer. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. Please load and not crash. Okay, good. Thank you. Alright. So it sounds like I need to pour the water like right here. Well, this is a unique animation, so this has got to be it. Solemnly intone the words you read at Delphi. Water shall flow on the earth. Oh, the ascent is that like Diablo-like third-person cyberpunk game. I saw the Digital Foundry thing on that on YouTube, and it looked neat. Okay, so this area is very different now. Sure. Yes, we'll place it with the other, sure. Okay, onward to hell. But first...
Welcome to Hades.
It's the good boy.
I am Cerberus,
guardian of the gates.
I make certain no dead shall leave Hades.
I make certain no living enter Hades.
Okay. Hello, Cerberus.
You are not welcome here.
Who's a good boy?
I have been since the dawn of time.
I will be until the dusk of eternity.
I am immortal.
Okay. I am the law, though.
Hades is the abode of the dead.
Their souls rest in the peace of oblivion.
Once they pass the river Styx.
If they do not cross the waters of binding,
their souls roam restlessly the halls of Hades,
seeking the endless sleep they crave and cannot attain.
Okay. Yeah, it's like that that meme, the meme template with the three dragon heads, or hydra heads, I guess.
The souls of the good are gathered within to enjoy the peace they deserve.
The souls of evil are punished or doomed to eternal wandering.
Even the best souls are not at rest. Some seek to live again.
No one alive shall enter here.
They disturb the dead.
Or they disturb me.
Go away!
Did you know I am the Princess Shapir?
Oh, sure. I've heard that before.
All I want is a little Styx water. I won't bother anything else.
Then they try to bring someone back to life.
You don't fool me.
You won't get past me!
Unless you first die.
Or come up with a suitable bribe.
Bribe?
Bribe.
Oh?
Go! And do not attempt to enter here until you are dead!
What about bribes? Is it head pats? So we can't talk to him about bribes. Service? Okay. Bribe him with pizza. So we got fruit, pizza. I could have sworn... Oh, he ate the fucking taco. Shit. Alright. Artichoke pizza.
Ugh. Green stuff. What a waste of good pizza.
You don't think anyone will eat that thing, do you?
Gives me indigestion just thinking of it.
Okay, so good. Cerberus shares my opinion of the artichoke pizza.
Now that's what I call a bribe.
That greasy thing? Yuck!
I'm going to have indigestion, you realize?
Hey! No fair! I want a bribe too!
What about me? Don't I get a yummy bribe?
Alright, fruit.
Hey! I have better taste than that.
Oh.
Hey! I have better taste than that.
You're the one that ate the pizza. Okay, so it's not fruit. Some beeswax. Some black lotus.
What am I supposed to do with it? Look, Pa, no hands! What am I supposed to do?
Okay.
What am I supposed to do with it?
Look, the black lotus you sell on eBay for like $10,000. Okay. Literal money.
I do not need money. You might.
Okay. Money not acceptable bribe. Jalapenos.
Hey! I have better taste than that.
Okay. I think that's all of the edible stuff. I'm not sure Pegasus feathers are gonna do anything.
What am I supposed to do with it?
Yeah. Okay. Alright. I can't believe the law ate the taco. So now we gotta go back to town. I do need to backtrack, actually. I could have actually just warped back. But then I'd have to run back regardless. Okay. Park that there. Go claim our free dinner. And then in the morning, I'll get some anchovies from the fisherman.
Oh, you've got a girlfriend. I thought we were going steady, Freddy. Are you trying to make me jealous?
I do?
She sent you a box of chocolates. A big, really big guy came in and handed me a note that said, Candygram for Hero. The other side said, Love, Elsa. I put it in your room.
Ah. Okay. All right, let's have dinner first. I'm sure these chocolates are going to be delicious. So I'm going to have the whole box. But first, dinner. No, it's definitely not poison. Definitely not laced with sleeping drugs.
The cooks have picked something really special.
Okay, heard this one before. Okay. Let's go get our free chocolate. Can I put any of this away? Not really. Okay. Sure. All right. Maybe I can give this to the dog. All right. Chocolate box. Odor of overripe fruit. All right, let's eat it. I'm sure it's perfectly safe. Candy's really, oh god. Like Rip Van Winkle, you lay down for a nap, perhaps for just 2 hours before, but it seems Candy was a trap. You'll fulfill this quest nevermore. Okay. Poison candy. So we'll pick it up, but not eat it. Okay. Yeah, that was a very quick death. I'm not going to count that as a death because I knew that would happen. Standing near the gates of Hades, dark depths of Hades, you hear the voice of Arana calling your name. Feel a sense of loneliness and great loss. And you awaken from the sad dream. Okay, so nowhere near enough weird dreams as Quest for Glory 4. And they aren't accompanied by the weird visual. What the hell? Visuals of those. Alright. Crappy breakfast. And then off to adventuring. And then I think if I go to the apothecary and give the candies to Julinar or Salim, they can make an antidote.
We're having goulash.
You don't want to know. Believe me, you don't want to know. Okay. So apothecary, the food seller, the fisherman, which I will go there now because he's only there a limited time, to get some anchovies. I can't remember if anchovies were one of the bribe items, but I'll just get some regardless. It's probably made out of zombies.
The Hydra is dead! It is amazing! I managed to sail near Hydra Island last night. As long as I swing the boat near the shores of the islands, I am not attacked by the Tritons.
Alright. Oh, I can't get the...
As soon as I heard the rumor that the Hydra had been destroyed, I tried to see if I could get there. Unfortunately, by the time I got near the island, it was time to return. The islands near Hydra are known to have fierce monsters living there. We fishermen have always avoided that area. I think that is why the Tritons did not attack my ship last night. They did not expect me to be in that area. I have been told stories of the Hydra in my youth. It must have been a great honor to defeat such a legendary creature.
Oh yeah, that was me. That was all me.
I wish you good luck on your next rite. I'm certain you will need it.
Okay, let me see if I can get a different set of dialogue from him. Because otherwise, I just can't get anchovies. I don't recall having to get multiple anchovies in the speedrun route.
Calimera, are you interested in taking a boat ride today?
Oh, maybe you can. Anchovies.
I mostly use anchovies to attract bigger fish, but they can be eaten. Would you like some? I am happy to share. Here, take a few.
Okay. So we can get anchovies. Alright. Off into town. Going to food seller, apothecary. And I think that's it. And then I probably have everything I need to go to Hades. Speaking of Hades, it's on Microsoft Game Pass soonish.
Did you hear the latest news? The weird wizard has fallen asleep and can't be awakened. Something even stranger than usual is going on there.
We fear the Archmage Erasmus has been drugged in some manner.
Old news. And I've seen a lot of people gushing about how good Hades is on Twitter. So I might give that one a look myself. Alright, just in case this randomly game overs me.
Candy? For me? Thank you.
Quickly explain that it's been drugged. Okay.
Oh, I am glad you brought this to us. Salim and I may be able to find out how to cure the effects of the drug, now that we have a sample.
Okay, so now they can make an antidote. Okay. But yeah, it won, like, Game of the Year, I think, from the BAFTAs, I want to say. So it can't be awful, right? Oh, and also the DLC for Outer Wilds.
May I entice you with some tasty treat?
They put out the release trailer for it, and it's coming out in a month, I think, like end of September. Okay, let's get 3 of those.
May your
3
mouth
gyros.
be charmed by the taste of it. Many thanks.
Which that just looks like a taco. That's just a taco. Yeah, Outer Wilds is a game you're gonna have to approach with like a certain mindset in mind of.
Forgive me, but I must feed
like
my
adventure
family.
game.
That is very good. We have made a deal.
Okay, and then chocolate. So I think it's taco, chocolate, and pepperoni pizza is I think what the required things are. Okay. Okay. Like kebab. I don't think I've seen kebab sold in America ever. There's probably like specialty places that that serve it, but I have yet to see any place that sells it. I saw all kinds of kebab shops when I was in Europe, in Germany and Switzerland and Czech Republic, but I've seen precisely 0 kebab shops around here. There's probably like food trucks that have them around here, but I had to guess. Yeah, I've seen literally 0, and it's like the meat popsicle that spins around. Like none. There's 0 kebab shops.
To Hades.
I am Cerberus.
Guardian.
I'm
Okay. All right. How about this taco?
Now that's what I call a bribe.
It's got cucumbers. I'll be burping all night.
It's got onions. It's bad enough living with your dog breath.
What about me? Don't I get a yummy bribe?
Chocolate.
Now this is
so that's
what
all the
I
bribes.
call a bribe.
Hey, that stuff is bad for dogs.
I'm immortal, remember?
It's bad for the teeth.
So I've got a sweet tooth. So sue me.
Not bad.
Savory.
Melts in the mouth.
All right, I'm satisfied. You can enter.
But you may not be able to leave.
At least your soul won't have far to go.
Well, the thing about onions, I really like that warp out effect that they do. The thing about onions, I don't like eating onions, but I like onion taste. So, like, I'll order a burger that has onions on it. But I will pick off the onions and also the tomatoes as well. I don't like eating tomato slices. Okay. All right. So for this, I'm trying to remember where I have to go here. All right. So this is one of those spots where you need to okay. So I need this on there. I need that for later. These I don't need at all. That I don't need at all. Okay. And then climb down this like this. Work with the grapple with a small crack in the other way to the cliffside. You're confident will hold your weight. Lower yourself down. Okay. And then Alright, so the floaty ghost things drain your health as you go by them. Okay. And then this down here is... So that river we can't reach from here. So this is where we get one of the rivers. Oh god. Okay. Enchiladas. I was actually going to make some Mexican food tonight, but I had to go out for something else, so I just figured while I'm out I'll just get some awful fast food and had that instead. I have all the fixings to make proper tacos, but couldn't be bothered. So there's two separate rivers in the underworld here, and I think this one counts as a different river. Oh god. Alright.
Prince of Shapir, it is not yet your time to be here. The living are not welcome. You will not cross the river Styx into Hades. I am the guardian of the dead. I know the souls of all who dwell within. There are two souls bound to you in death. You have touched their hearts. You have taught them to love. Love is the only thing that transcends the silent sleep of death. Their souls have sensed you and yearn to be with you. The first soul is bright with beauty and power. It shines like the sun with all the joy and goodness it held in life. It is the soul of Iran.
Yeah, believe it or not, Monterey area.
I am wandering endlessly through empty gardens. Everything in the garden is pale and cold as if made of lifeless ice. There is beauty, but no joy.
There's more taquerias in Monterey than in San Diego.
Once before in the distance. It is warm and melts the ice that covers everything, bringing color and life to the flowers. But the light moves on, and all returns to ghostly white.
The other soul is dark, shadowed by the deeds of her past. Yet there is great power within, and a fierce yearning for the light and love that was not known in life. It is the soul you knew as Katrina, the Dark Master.
What nightmare is this? I am in darkness, yet I am powerless. The coffin has been nailed shut.
It depends which part of the U.S.
My magic does nothing.
Southwest part of the country, that is generally true.
It is as if a stake has been driven through my heart. What is this ache that fills me? Who am I waiting for? Will it be the stake through my heart, turning me to dust? Or the taste of his warm lips upon mine, restoring me to life? It does not matter which, if only he would touch me once more.
Their souls have been disturbed by your presence. They cannot rest in their longing to be with you. You may end the suffering of one of them. You can restore her to life and give her the chance to experience joy and pleasure once more. Which soul would you choose to give the gift of life?
All right. So Irana is the elf wizard lady, who's kind of been with us for the entire series. Her garden was where we rested in 1. In 2, I think she was mentioned by Aziza, the sorceress. In 3, I don't think she was mentioned at all. In 4, she was there. She had another garden, and then she was there kind of the end of the game, where her soul was imprisoned in something, and then we sent her soul to hell, I guess, where it is now. And then Katrina is the vampire lady from Quest for Glory 4, who hit on us for most of the game, and then towards the end revealed herself as the big bad, and then she like whipped us in a dungeon for like 10 minutes, and then cursed us, and then tried to kill us or something. And then at like the last second in the game, she realized that she got double-crossed by Adavis, and then exploded, I think. And I guess that was her I turned good moment or something. I don't know. Or she saved us from being killed or something. But as a thief, who would I save? Probably Katrina.
You have chosen to free the soul of Katrina. I will commend the soul of Irana to oblivion.
Yeah, that's true. That's points in her favor, right? Yeah, vampire mommy.
There is a price.
She's coming with us.
Gift. The soul does not lightly leave the silent sleep. The dead does not lightly leave the grave. You can restore this soul to life, but the cost may be more than you are willing to pay. Will you give your life to give this soul life? Are you willing to sacrifice everything for love? You have entered the realm of the dead. Now will you remain in eternal darkness, that she shall be free to know the joy of life once more? Will you give your life to her?
I forgot what the significance of this choice was. Fuck. I think if I pay the price, it doesn't kill me. I think. So we'll pay the price. It just takes away like half my total health, I think. Yeah, I remember this animation. Okay.
You have given your life to bring life to death. Her soul shall soon be free.
I see light before me. I am awakening from this nightmare at last. Meet me on the island known as Zante. I will be awaiting you there.
Zante. Vampire mommy. Okay. Alright. Yeah. We are wanted for the crime of murder. Again. Alright, so now we just have to run our ass out of Hades. So I have the Leith water, but I don't have the Styx water, which I think is this. I believe this is the Styx water that I need to somehow get. So I think if I do this, he'll automatically autopilot his way over to where we get the Styx water. Because I technically have not fulfilled my quest to be here. The whole reason I'm here is to get some river Styx water. And I see that there's spooky skeletons in the foreground. So by clicking on the right side of the screen, we're automatically gonna autopilot past all this crap. Oh god. Okay, never mind. I had to get my stamina back. And hopefully not get blown up by those. Let me save the game before... Save before... getting blown up. Because these things can give you the absolute business. Okay, so we already got water from there. And that's the River Leave. Yeah, we got a cool... We got sexy vampire lady. Okay, so this counts as a separate... there. So we have the Styx water and the Leave water. Both very different things. And then another thing to note here is that you'd think I'd be able to do this, right? The magic magnet. It doesn't do anything. Oh Jesus, I'm dead. Are you fucking? All right, hold on. This is gonna do a custom animation, it seems. So I'm dead, but I'm running around. What's going on? Wait, my health is slowly coming back. According to this, I have a little bit of health. Maybe it's because I was in the Mystic Magnet menu. Yeah, we're literally dead man walking right now. Okay. All right, good thing I made that save. Well, if you chose both, then I think you would literally die, because it takes away half your health for one of them. Either that, or it's just death playing a cool joke on you. It was death. The shadowy robed figure of death made you choose. Okay. Alright, we gotta tank control our way through this. Yep. Oh my wa mo shinderu, or whatever the line is. So one of these gates takes you is like an instant exit, but I forget where it is. It just takes you right to the... Yeah, it's this. Okay, it's this. There we go. Alright. Did it. Okay, and if I remember correctly, we can't immediately visit our new waifu just yet, because she's recovering from the whole being dead thing. Because I remember having to route that when I was doing the speed run, because you have to get points by giving gifts to your waifu. But you can't do that until, I think like 3 or so days pass. Okay, so I get a full heal when I turn in my stuff. Alright. Okay, the guards did not accuse me of being a murderer yet. That's promising. Alright, Styx water.
It looks like water to me. I will trust your word in this matter.
Sure. Yeah, this is Styx water. Don't worry about it, bro.
The underworld is a place of death, and few that live return to speak of its darkness. Do you, Prince of Shapir, swear an oath by the river Styx that you have entered the gates of Hades?
You swear by the river Styx that you entered Hades.
An oath by the river Styx cannot be a lie. The Prince of Shapir has won the right of courage.
All right, cool. And nobody died. Excellent. Less people died than usual.
Selmaria has been at peace with its neighbors for centuries. Recently, though, a people have turned against our people. A nation wars with us, although no word of this war has been spoken. I speak now of the lost nation of Atlantis. Though it was buried beneath the waters centuries ago, its people still rule the waves. Now the Tritons have been attacking our ships and driving away our trade. They have shattered the harmony we once all shared. You will seek out the lost city of Atlantis, speak with her queen, and forge a new alliance between their lands and ours. Return with the symbol of the agreement. This is the right of peace.
All right. Right of peace, huh? Okay. All right, let's go turn in our Leith water to probably Julinar. And that will help awaken the slumbering people.
You know that chocolate you brought us? It was really wigged out stuff.
Wow, bro. All right, just in case this goes horribly wrong.
You have truly been to the river Lethe and brought back its water? You shall never cease to amaze me. This may be exactly what Chakra and Erasmus need to help them sleep properly.
All right. So we've saved Shakira and Erasmus. We all good now, I guess. How many of these do I have on hand?
Okay, we'll do...
20, 11... I think we're probably still good. Yeah, we're probably still good. I do need these, though. That should be good.
Hey, thanks! I'd really like to be able to sell stuff that... Sure, that...
Okay. Vitality... Health... Burst of energy...
Okay.
Okay. What is your question? So the underwater part, we already know how to swim. Heal faster, huh? I think all I have to do is just go straight to Atlantis. If I remember correctly from all I have to do for this. And I think I can just go straight there. I don't know. I probably just have too low of a skill ceiling. Like it's probably related to pickpocket or maybe stealth. Can't pickpocket or knock people out unless you sneak up to them. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna worry about it because it's not something I probably ever need to learn for this. character's accuracy and damage done with a weapon. So it's probably for accuracy on hitting the back of the neck. I don't know. I don't know. I solved the puzzle by just throwing a bunch of spears at my problem. So let's see. So that's the island of Marit. There it is, right there. Okay. So I could have sworn there was like a there was a breathe underwater charm or something. Remove your encumbering equipment. Since you don't breathe underwater, you gotta hold your breath. You better return to the surface before you drown. Okay. Oh, am I actually gonna drown? You really need to breathe before you asphyxiate. I can't stamina potion my way out of this. I'm curious if I can, actually. Interesting. So it appears it's tied to your stamina, and there's not like a separate oxygen meter or anything. Where's my toolkit? Oh no, you turned blue. Okay. Force the door. Pick the lock. Find no lock to pick. What? Force the door. Use a crowbar or something as a lever. So it appears I need some sort of... Hey, you need a new spear. Possibly you need a more powerful item as a lever. The wood of the spear isn't strong enough. Help, you're drowning. Okay, so now we're officially drowning. Okay. Alright. So I need some sort of item to pry that open. That is not a wooden spear. Like, maybe a dagger will work. And then I need a water-breathing charm. And actually, we'll load this and we'll go underwater. We will see if I can open this, because I'm just wondering if there's like a trigger you have to do here to... This doesn't make a very good lever, not long enough for proper leverage, strong enough to endure the pressure. Grapnel, maybe? I might have to buy... Okay. Good magic. Alright, where's the... There's the exit, okay. Hero, please. Stop swimming up against this rock. Okay. Alright. So, probably gonna have to buy a sword from the weapon seller. And then a water-breathing charm. So now that we've woken up the Magic Seller and Erasmus. Maybe they've got some sort of magical solution to this problem. Because I'm trying to think in the wizard run, which is the only run I've ever done. I just used the open spell to open up that gate.
I really, really need your help. Oh, please say you will,
man.
pretty, please.
Oh man, this. I remember this. Alright, yes, we're saying yes.
Great. I told everyone that I had a belly dancer to entertain this evening. Unfortunately, Tessie couldn't fit into the belly dancing costume. My gal Sal has a black eye, and Tony has a broken toe, so they couldn't do it. And that left Rover, and he refused. All you need to do is go up on stage, get dressed, and come out dancing. Just wiggle your butt and wave your arms, and you'll do fine. We're all rooting for you.
Alright. Princess Shapir, time for some belly dancing. The future king. Good thing half of the town is dead, and they won't see this. Yep, that was belly dancing. A few years ago, when I was living in San Diego, I sold my first Nintendo Switch that I had because I had played Mario Odyssey and Zelda, and I didn't have a reason to hang on to my Switch. So I sold it on Craigslist, and the person who bought it was a belly dancer, and she paid me in ones. Because she said, like, before she bought it, she's like, okay, I hope you're not going to judge me for this. And then she whips out this big old stack of $1 bills.
Macaroni and cheese. Plain old macaroni and cheese.
And paid me 300 $1 bills for the, or however much it was. It was about 300. And whatever. Shit, I wouldn't have judged her if she said she was a stripper. Like, who cares? Unless, like, the money's covered in questionable things, but hey, it wasn't. Alright. Sleep till morning. I just thought that was hilarious that she had to...
You! Wake up!
Oh.
I need to speak with you.
Alright.
I am being watched, so I had to make certain no one sees me speaking with you. I believe that my sponsor Minos is behind all of the problems in Silmaria.
Oh?
He acts kind to me, but I do not trust him. He knows too much about what is going on here. I also know he does not like you very much at all. It would not surprise me if the assassin tries to kill you next. You are the biggest threat to Minos. You may be the next king here.
Ah, so Elsa too watched the opening FMV to this game, where it literally shows Minos ordering the assassination of the king. Alright. Alright, thief sign first. We're gentlemen. Nods makes a counter sign. Oh shit, she's a thief too. Alright. Alright, motives.
I just wished you to know my suspicions in case I am killed. If I cannot prove that Minos is guilty, then you must do so. Besides, you and I could be friends, if it were not that we always seem to be playing on the opposite sides.
Sure.
I have not had the pleasure to see the assassin, but I am looking forward to the meeting. I too carry antidote, and I'm very capable of making him pay for the deaths he has brought here.
I still love that her accent comes and goes, depending on which line it is.
Are you always so polite to someone who breaks into your bedroom, or only to the women who do so? Make no mistake, I will do everything I can to become king here. However, I will do this the right way, the proper way. I will earn the kingdom fairly, or I will not accept the title. You and I may be allies, but we are also competitors. The best of us will rule Silmaria, and I believe that will be me. I believe that Minos wishes to be king of Marit. His family once ruled this island, and he believes that he should as well. He is trying to use me to gain control of the kingdom, but he is learning that I do not follow orders very well. I'm not such a good little girl as he first believed. I must be very cautious. I cannot be seen speaking with you again. If Minos suspects that I am working with you rather than against you, I think both of us will be the target of the assassin. Minos was not pleased that I aided you with the Hydra. He has invested a lot of money in getting me here. He wants me to win by any means possible. Minos is not a very good judge of character. He knows that I led the brigands in Spielburg, although I do not know from where he got this information. He believes I ran the brigands to overthrow my father. He thinks I'm a rogue without scruples. I do not intend to alter this opinion. If he believes me to be a villain like himself, he may confide more in me. When I have the proof that he is guilty, I will make him face justice.
Okay.
You are correct. I must be returning to Minos' ship before I am missed. I will see you in the Hall of Kings. Take care.
Yep. Well, I think the winner of the trials is just who's not dead by the end of them. Okay. What was I doing now? Oh, don't worry. We're gonna have another opportunity for that. So we still have that equipped. Okay. What's taking up all this room in my inventory? I think it's all these spears. Hi, Tiffany. Like we don't need the balloon painting. We don't need 2 sets of armor. That's probably also something that I don't need taking up all this inventory room with. There's that. We'll get rid of those. I don't think I need those for what we're doing. Okay, that's slightly better. Okay. I got him. Alright. Get our free breakfast. We haven't talked to Ferrari yet about getting her lease renegotiated.
The soup for tonight is lobster
Okay, lobster bathwater again. She said she's gonna improve the food. Alright, good night, Kini. Have a good one. Alright. So we should probably check in with the wizards. Well, for some that might be night, you know.
Greetings, O finder of lost things. I am most pleased to have back my basket.
She's still talking about the fucking basket. Okay, so she doesn't sell anything water related. Let's see if magic Lion Man. I thought I cured that guy.
It's a really beautiful day. The stars are smiling on us. Erasmus and Chakra are sleeping like babies, and soon they'll get better. That Lethe water is just the stuff.
Yeah, you never know. Like maybe Gnome's hearts beat at like triple the normal speed or something.
The waters of Lethe have great magical properties.
Like hummingbirds.
Chakra and Erasmus will sleep for a long while, but when they awake, the drug will have been cleansed from their bodies.
Okay.
That Lethe water is great stuff. Clean, clear, and totally natural. It's just what Erasmus and Chakra needed to help clean out that totally yucky and unnatural drug.
The yucky drug. It is 12:38 a.m., so 38 minutes after midnight. Yep. On the West Coast. I am in the Bay Area of California, kind of. Monterey isn't the Bay Area, but it's close enough. Like I'm trying to get my bedtime to 2 a.m. and then normally wake up at 10 a.m. Well, in California, in Northern California, just 2 hours south of San Francisco is where I am. Okay. Yeah, normally it's been 4 a.m. lately, but I got to start getting up at the end of the month. I have classes that start at 8 a.m. and I have no choice in the matter for that because there are 2 classes I need to do to graduate, and there's only one section offered of those classes, and it's at 8 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. on Monday, Tuesday, or Monday, Wednesday. Okay, so I think what I have to do here is I need to sleep the night away. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get that schedule going. Oh man. Okay. So we slept until 7 p.m. Now we're gonna sleep until until the morning. Ugh. You're getting hungry. What? We have an inventory full of food. Okay, no longer hungry. Alright, let's see if the wizards have awoken. Yeah, those damn cats want to eat on their schedule. I should really get a cat again. I miss my kitty. Because I'm still checking the county cat adoption site. Still closed? God damn. Alright. Will this take me to day 19? Yes. Okay. I should probably just sleep another day. But we'll see. All right.
Today's special is something I think you'll really like.
Sleep into the afternoon, yeah. For a large part of my life, my sleep schedule is waking up at like 3 p.m. Just complete opposite schedule, because that's just what my natural body rhythm, sleep pattern was. Like, some people are morning people. Like, my mom's a morning person. She gets up at like 5 a.m., completely refreshed every day. Like, and she can't believe that people sleep in past like 7. Like, Jesus. That's just not how I'm wired. Okay. And she refuses to believe that it's genetic. Like, you're just lazy because you sleep in past 7. Like, fuck you. Come on. If it weren't genetic, then literally nobody would do that, right? Ugh. Oh, God. And what's even better is that my dad stays up till like midnight. But he's still forced to wake up super early. Alright, surely an extra 4 days or so. I guess we could go check in with Vampire Mommy and see if she's
fix something really
good to talk. Yep. Well, that's why like when I was going to high school in the 90s, classes started at like 7 o'clock on the dot for most of the days. On Fridays, classes started at 8:30, so we could sleep in a little bit. And I did not function at all until like 10 a.m. So like every single class, like the first 2 classes of the day that were before 10 a.m., I just generally got at least a letter grade or 2 lower in those classes because they started so damn early. And nowadays they finally figured out that starting so early is bad. Okay, so that's still closed. Interesting. I wonder if Erasmus is... Oh, maybe I should talk to the apothecary again. That starting later and ending later.
You have been injured. Please allow me to heal your wounds.
I got injured. Okay, sure.
There now, you're all patched up. Doesn't that feel so much better? Good to see you again.
Erasmus is a great and very kindly wizard.
Okay, so I can probably
His
talk
spells
to
have
Erasmus
greatly
again.
aided the people here.
Okay. So it appears he's fine then. Every single job that I've had has been a graveyard shift, and I preferred them. The only downside to graveyard shifts for me was food places not being open during them. That's the only major downside that I've ever had to working graveyard. Seriously? There's still... What the fuck? Is this bugged? Okay, so there must be... Okay, maybe somebody at the Adventurers Guild knows how to breathe underwater. Peace treaty... Huh. So we already talked to her. Yeah, and generally it's going to be cooler as well. Yeah, that's true. And having a late night schedule that changes a lot, that's the real killer there. Okay, we did that. Water needed. Hippocrene stream, Pegasus. Oh, we got that. Bring to the famous adventure. Okay. Alright, maybe Toro knows about underwater breathing.
Bad right. Hades, bad place. Good see you alive after dead place. Happy Hero Man and Elsa back safe from dead place. Elsa go dead place, not good place to go. She mad you first.
Actually, I should give that Hippocrene water to Famous Adventure. Let me grab that here. Okay, Hippocrene water. There we go. So maybe, okay, so I'm thinking of possible locations here for where I would be able to find some sort of water breathing thing. And maybe the Famous Adventurer knows, because that's where I learned how to swim, was from the swim manual from him. So maybe Famous Adventurer has either an item to help breathe underwater or can point me in the right direction. Because Adventurers Guild is no good. Both the wizards are still inaccessible. I don't think the fisherman... Well, this guy deals with water all the time. Maybe he's got some idea.
Calimera! It is good to know that you are to bring peace with the Tritons again. It will not be long before the fishermen may return to Marit. If you do make peace with the Tritons, our people would welcome you gladly as King of Silmaria. I have found that the Tritons are most aggressive when I sail off the west coast of Marit past Naxos.
West coast of Marit. Because I'm not sure I'll be able to complete this right and do everything I need to do. Oh, I also need to be able to pry open that grate. And I think a basic sword will probably do it.
Nice dealing with you.
Yeah. Okay, so this guy...
That's it. You've got it. I'd know its smell anywhere. It's got the scent of the sweat of the wild bull you're riding, the chill of a starlit night on the top of a mountain peak, the perfume of a lover's lips. How could I ever forget this? It's the drink that makes men become gods. It's adventure and glory and life. It's what you're here for, isn't it? It's why I was here for so long, I just didn't realize it.
All right.
You tasted it, didn't you? You couldn't help but drink deep the waters of the Hippocrene. It's the milk of Mother Nature, the liquor of inspiration, the very spirit of adventure.
UCSD Tritons? I thought it was the Toreros or something. Okay. So you have to give that to him and then leave and then come back immediately, and then he gives you some sort of reward. As I remember this from 100%.
Welcome back, lad. I wanted to really thank you in return for shaking the cobwebs from my head and dusting me off with the Hippocrene water. Here, take this in return for the Hippocrene water. It's a stealth charm.
Stealth charm.
Got it from a kid that was known as the greatest thief in Gaul. Called himself the Mouse. Retired to take up falconry. Or so I heard. Anyway, hope it helps you as much as this helps me.
Okay. Pegasus.
It's beautiful, isn't it? There's only one in all the world. Kind of sad thinking of it all alone like that. Everyone needs a lover sometime. You want to know my real name? Which one do you want to know? My name is Davy Jones when I sail upon the sea. I've chorused with the sirens as they sang their songs to me. I've supped on Circe's island, though she thought I was a bore. And she's the only girl I hope to never see once more.
Okay. So his name is Davy Jones.
I am alive again. I feel like I've just wakened from a long sleep. I've got some books to write and stories to tell, and then I'm off to find some new adventures and new tales. Life's too short not to enjoy it fully.
Sure. But what can he tell me about breathing underwater? Okay, and then the stealth charm. That's not creepy at all. Skull consent to sneak. Okay. Anything about water? Okay, write a piece.
If you're going to Atlantis, you better find a way to breathe water. No way you can get there without drowning otherwise.
Okay. I figured that, famous adventurer, but...
I'll let you in on some well-kept secrets because I know you're a good guy. Atlantis isn't out in the middle of the sea. It's right smack dab in the middle of the island of Skyrus, in the lake in the center of the island. Tough getting there, though. Those Tritons guard those waters pretty thoroughly.
Okay.
Well, there are a few secret panels I found in Atlantis. The last side panel of the first sections of the wall had a small secret passage. Got me past a guard, if I recall right. Then there was a big circular tower with a shell on it. Yeah, it had a secret passage on the side that led directly to the throne room. You gotta be very sneaky to use them, though. The Tritons will be doing their best to kill all intruders. If you think of it, you might take the Queen some flowers. Tell her they were from me. She might like that.
Ah, okay. That'll certainly help.
If you think of it, you might take the Queen some flowers. Tell her they were from me. She might like that.
Alright, let's see if he's got any more new dialogue here. Not really, okay.
If you think of it, you might take the Queen some flowers. Tell her they were from me. She might like that.
Alright, so let's go see if after all that... Okay. If the wizards are awake. I could have sworn I already checked today. Yeah, so they're still closed. Okay, and then flowers. We are going to need flowers for giving them to the queen. And if I remember correctly, the flowers we get from the area where waifu is. So, and waifu might have an idea for where to get the water breathing charm. Actually, now that I think about it, I think waifu actually has the water breathing charm. Come to think of it. So Vampire Mommy is on the Isle of Zante, is what she told me. And from what I remember, it was... okay, Katrina's Retreat. There we go. Well, I don't think there's flowers here. Alright, and this is where Vampire Mommy's hanging. Alright, pick the lock. What did I last say? Oh my god. Did this autosave? Okay. Alright, it autosaved. Thank you, autosave. Alright.
As before, we meet in darkness. The dark is so soothing to me. Familiar company against all the strangeness that has gone on in my life. Yet now I can enjoy the beauty of the sunset and not dread the light of dawn.
So she's not a vampire anymore? Alright. Can she at least wear that outfit again? Just for me, I saved your life.
I love Tanya as my own daughter. I hated you so much for taking her from me. I gave her eternal
Oh yeah, that's
youth.
right, Tanya.
You gave her mortality. It grieves me to think she will be happier in her life without me than she would ever be in the undeath with me. I miss my beloved Tanya, and hope someday she will remember me with kindness.
Sure.
May you always be welcome here, and may we always be friends. I am experiencing magic that a creature of the night cannot enjoy. The light of the dawn against a spider's web, glistening with the sea spray. The warmth of the sun against my face. These are immeasurably beautiful.
Yeah.
You seek the kingdom of the sea? It has been long since I explored the element of the water. I had little interest in its magic then. However, I did make a magical amulet with which to breathe under the blanket of water. You might find it useful now. Here, take this, for you will need it more than I.
Okay. Amulet of water breathing. So if we chose not to save somebody from Hades, I wonder how you get this. Like maybe from The Famous Adventure or Erasmus, I don't know. Okay. Alright. Peace. Oh man, she's got a big old castle over there too. Newly constructed castle hides in the mist atop a distant cliff. Owner privacy. Okay. She's not gonna invite us in. She's just gonna stand at the doors. Sure, fine. Okay. I'm assuming they're censoring the cigarette item. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they did the same kind of censorship in Dark Savior, actually. Where they turned the cigarettes into chocolate, I think. And the alcohol into jalapeno juice. Because that one made so much sense. God. Try to pick the lock. Yeah, the jalapeno juice is so good. It's just the most random thing. And then the porno magazines. What did they change those to? I think they just changed it into just a book or something, I want to say. Because those are the things you traded in the prison. Was smokes, alcohol, and porno. And of course they had to censor all that for the US release. Good old 90s video games. Okay, so we solved our water breathing problem. I still need some flowers.
We're having goulash.
Trying to think where you get flowers from. Like, I know you could get them from the place where Arana goes if you save her. I don't know if one of the vendors sells them here.
It was such a thrill to see your fly.
Yep, flying machine. And here. I don't think she sells any. Where are you going, Hero? Hero?
Greetings, O finder of lost things. I am most pleased to have back my basket.
Why does she keep... Like, I know you're grateful and all, but... Jeez. I do not want to talk about your fucking basket. And I don't see any flowers around here.
Welcome. May I?
It doesn't sell any. Maybe it's the apothecary. But they're just kind of... here we go. There we go. Pick some flowers. Plenty to share. Okay. There we go. Flower. We'll take 2. Okay. And that's probably all we need for our Atlantis adventure. This way. Yep. It's like we only have one thing in common, me and Cat Lady. The basket is the one thing. So we always have to have the awkward conversation of, "Hey, remember when you got my basket for me?" Yep, sure do. That was a while ago, Cat Lady, but sure do. And of course, the Cat Lady loves baskets. That checks out. Okay. All right. So we have everything that we need to do our Atlantis adventure here. I will save that until next time. And I believe next time will be the final part of Quest for Glory 5 because we're pretty close to the end now. I think there's only like two or three rights after this, and then the end game. And I believe I remember everything you need to do for the end game. So this will be where we call part 2 of likely 3 for this one. So let's stop the timer here. Okay.